Marvel loves lying to you. They show you one ending, make you believe the story's over, then pull the rug out. These weren't small twists. These were throw your comic across the room moments. The kind that made fans question everything they'd read for decades. Some fake outs changed characters forever. Others got reversed within months, but they all had one thing in common. Nobody saw them coming. These are the 10 times Marvel made fans say, "What just happened?" 1. Thunderbolts. The heroes who were villains all along. The year was 1997. Marvel Comics was in serious crisis mode. The Avengers and Fantastic Four had just been killed during the massive Onslaught crossover event. Earth's greatest heroes were gone, presumed dead. The Marvel Universe desperately needed new protectors to step up and fill the massive void they left behind. Then, a new team appeared out of nowhere. The Thunderbolts debuted in Incredible Hulk issue 449 as a brand new superhero team nobody had seen before. Citizen V led them with his patriotic costume and noble speeches about justice. Mach 1 wore sleek high-tech armor. Songbird had devastating sonic powers. Atlas could grow to massive sizes. The meteorite flew and blasted pure energy. Techno was the gadget genius. They promised to deliver justice like lightning striking from the sky. The public loved them completely. Marvel promoted them everywhere possible. New ongoing series launching, guest appearances in other popular titles. Action figures are already in development. These were clearly the next big thing in the Marvel Universe. Readers bought in totally. The first issue of their solo series sold incredibly well at comic shops. Then came the last page that changed absolutely everything forever. Citizen V removed his mask in front of his teammates. Baron Helmut Zemo stood revealed. Son of a Nazi war criminal, one of Captain America's greatest enemies. Mach 1 was Beetle, a Spider-Man villain with a long record. Songbird was Screaming Mimi. Atlas was Goliath. Meteorite and Techno were Moonstone and Fixer. The entire team was Baron Zemo's Masters of Evil in disguise the whole time. They'd systematically infiltrated Earth's defenses, won complete public trust, gained full SHIELD security access, got Avengers Tower clearances. Zemo's plan was absolutely perfect. Pose as heroes, become beloved by everyone, then conquer the world when real heroes eventually returned from the dead. Marvel kept this secret from absolutely everyone. No press releases leaked anything, no spoilers. Writer Kurt Busiek and artist Mark Bagley protected the twist completely. Readers genuinely thought they were buying a straightforward hero team book. They suffered one of the biggest betrayals in the entire history of comics. But most Thunderbolts actually liked being heroes. They enjoyed the praise and respect from citizens. When Zemo revealed his world conquest plan, Songbird, Atlas, and Mac, one immediately turned on him. They chose redemption over villainy. The fake heroes became real heroes. 27 years later, it remains one of the absolute greatest plot twists ever published. 2. Spider-Man Clone Saga. Peter Parker was the clone. Spider-Man fought his clone once before. Amazing Spider-Man issue 149, October 1975. The clone died at the end. The body was thrown in a smokestack, presumed incinerated. End of story. Case closed forever. Except it wasn't the end at all. In 1994, Marvel desperately wanted a major event rivaling DC's massively successful Death of Superman storyline that sold enormous numbers. The answer came from digging up that old forgotten storyline. What if the clone never actually died that day? What if he'd been alive this entire time? The creative team pitched it for a relatively short story arc. Management absolutely loved the concept, then made it bigger, then bigger again. It spiraled completely out of control. A blonde man in a blue hoodie suddenly appeared, called himself Ben Reilly, combining Uncle Ben's first name with Aunt May's maiden name. Said he was Peter's clone from 1975. Said he'd been alive 20 years wandering America. Peter didn't believe him initially. They fought brutally. Tested DNA at multiple labs. Both had identical spider powers. Both remembered being Peter Parker perfectly. Then the bombshell that destroyed everything. Medical tests by scientist Seward Trainer came back conclusive beyond doubt. Ben Reilly was the real Spider-Man. The original Peter Parker. Peter Parker was the clone. Every single Spider-Man comic for 20 years. Every story arc. Every moment. The clone lived them all. The character readers faithfully followed for 3 decades was fake. Fans absolutely lost their minds. Marvel committed fully to it. Peter gave up the webs permanently, retired with Mary Jane Watson. Ben became the new Spider-Man in the main continuity. This wasn't presented as a dream. This was real. For 2 entire years, Ben Reilly was Spider-Man. Sales absolutely tanked. Fans hated it. Letters poured in demanding Peter's return. Marvel completely panicked. Then came Amazing Spider-Man issue 75, November 1996. Norman Osborn revealed himself, alive. The Green Goblin. He'd been hiding for 23 years in Europe. He orchestrated absolutely everything. The entire Clone Saga, from start to finish. Paid Trainer to deliberately fake tests. Manipulated Warren the Jackal. Controlled Kane like a puppet. Made Peter think he was the clone, specifically to destroy his confidence and torture him. Norman attacked both Peter and Ben viciously. During the intense fight, Ben got impaled on the Goblin's razor-sharp glider. His body immediately crumbled to dust. Clone bodies disintegrate when they die. Peter was real all along. 2 years of stories are reversed in one issue. The fake-out that ended the worst storyline and brought back the greatest villain. 3. Bucky Barnes, the dead sidekick who became an assassin. Comic book death rules were simple and clear. Nobody stays dead except Uncle Ben, Bucky Barnes, and Jason Todd from DC. That's what fans confidently said for decades. The trinity of permanent deaths. The characters who would never return. Bucky died in 1945 during World War II, Captain America's teenage sidekick, blown up on a drone plane over the Arctic Ocean. The body was lost forever in icy waters. For 60 years, that death absolutely defined Captain America. Steve Rogers' greatest failure. The kid he couldn't save, despite everything. The guilt that drove him forward. Bucky's death was sacred. Writers couldn't touch it. Editorial wouldn't allow it. Then, 2005 happened. Writer Ed Brubaker took over Captain America with a radical idea. What if Bucky had never died that day? What if he survived somehow? A mysterious assassin appeared in the storyline. Metal arm, red star emblem, called the Winter Soldier. He was terrifyingly good at killing. Assassinated a SHIELD agent with surgical precision. Nearly killed Nick Fury in an ambush. Fought Captain America hand to hand and held his own. Cap recognized his fighting style. Then, during a fight, Cap ripped off the mask. Bucky Barnes. Older, harder, scarred, but unmistakably James Buchanan Barnes. Standing right there, alive. The Russians found his body in 1945, missing one arm. Memories gone from trauma. They gave him a metal arm, brainwashed him systematically, programmed him with trigger words, turned him into their perfect assassin. When it was too dangerous, they froze him. Decades passed. Bucky stayed young, stayed deadly. He'd been active for 60 years, killing scientists, politicians, targets worldwide, and he had no idea who he was. No memory of Steve Rogers. Captain America used a cosmic cube to restore Bucky's memories. The guilt nearly destroyed him, but Brubaker's resurrection worked. Fans loved it. When Steve Rogers was assassinated in 2007, Bucky picked up the shield, became Captain America himself. The never comes back rule was broken forever. 4. Captain America's assassination. He wasn't really dead. The Civil War ended. Captain America surrendered. Steve Rogers was arrested, scheduled for trial at the federal court in Manhattan. The world was watching this historic moment. He walked up the courthouse steps. March 2007. Massive crowds everywhere. Then a shot rang out. Crossbones on a rooftop. The bullet hit Cap's shoulder. Then Sharon Carter pulled her gun. Cap's girlfriend. She shot him point blank in the abdomen, 3 times in succession. Steve Rogers collapsed, died in Sharon's arms. The issue became the highest-selling comic of 2007. News outlets covered it like real news. The world mourned. Tony Stark blamed himself. Bucky wanted revenge. The Marvel Universe fell into chaos without its greatest hero. Sharon was destroyed. Couldn't understand why she did it. What made her pull the trigger? The answer came later. She'd been brainwashed by Dr. Faustus and the Red Skull. A hypnotic command triggered at the perfect moment. But here's the real twist. Captain America never died. The gun Sharon used was designed by Arnim Zola, a chronal displacement device. It didn't kill Steve. It displaced him through time, sent his consciousness bouncing through his own past, trapped in his own memories. The Red Skull's plan: pull Steve back, transfer the Skull's mind into Rogers' body, become Captain America. For months, it worked. Sharon discovered she was pregnant. The Red Skull captured her, but Sharon fought back, escaped, lost the baby in the struggle. Captain America Reborn launched in 2009. Steve fought the Skull from inside his own body. 2 minds battling for control, pushed him out, returned to life. 40 years, the world thought Cap was dead. He was time traveling through his own history. 5. Wolverine's claws. They were bone all along. For decades, fans wondered about Wolverine's claws. Were they part of Weapon X, mechanical implants? Most assumed they came with the adamantium. That made sense. Then came Fatal Attractions, the 1993 crossover. Magneto had gone too far, killed too many people. The X-Men confronted him in his space station Avalon. The battle was brutal. Magneto ripped every ounce of adamantium from Wolverine's body. The most brutal scene in X-Men history. Wolverine screaming, metal tearing through skin. His skeleton is visible. Blood everywhere. Professor X mind-wiped Magneto into a coma, but the damage was done. Fans assumed Wolverine was finished. No adamantium means no claws. His signature weapons are gone. He'd have to retire, maybe leave the X-Men. His career as a hero was over. Then, Logan's hands started hurting, something pushing from inside. 3 bone claws pushed through his skin, sharp, jagged, covered in blood. The claws were always part of him, part of his mutation from birth, his actual skeleton. Weapon X just coated what was already there, made them sharper, stronger, metal. This changed everything. Wolverine wasn't made by Weapon X. He was born with claws. The healing factor, the rage, the senses, all natural, all part of his X gene. The adamantium just made him deadlier. But James Howlett was always dangerous, always had claws inside. One scene destroyed 50 years of assumptions. 6. Xorn revealed as Magneto, then retconned. Xorn joined the X-Men in 2001. Grant Morrison's new X-Men run. Chinese mutant, a star for a brain, wore a metal mask to contain it. Gentle, wise, compassionate. Readers loved him. He taught special class students at Xavier's school, the kids who couldn't control their powers. Healed injuries with star energy, could manipulate gravity, became invaluable, a true hero. Then, New X-Men issue 146, October 2003. The twist nobody predicted. Xorn removed his mask. No star. Just Magneto's face. The entire time, he was Magneto in disguise. Infiltrating the X-Men, studying weaknesses, waiting to strike. He destroyed New York, killed thousands, took over Manhattan with mutant armies, declared mutant supremacy. This was Magneto at his worst. No redemption. The X-Men fought back. Wolverine decapitated him. Magneto was dead. Except Marvel immediately regretted it. Fans were furious. They liked Xorn. The twist felt cheap. The editor realized the mistake. They needed Magneto alive, so they retconned it. Fast. Excalibur issue 1, January 2004. 6 months later, Magneto shows up alive. The explanation was absurd. The guy pretending to be Xorn was pretending to be Magneto. It made zero sense. Fans hated it more. Eventually, Marvel admitted the truth. Morrison's Xorn was Magneto. That was the plan. The retcon was editorial panic. They wanted Magneto back, but didn't want to admit they killed him stupidly. One of the messiest fakeouts in Marvel history. 7. Green Goblin's identity. Peter's best friend's father. For 3 years, nobody knew who the Green Goblin was. The mysterious villain first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man issue 14, July 1964. Pumpkin bombs, goblin glider, maniacal laughter, genius intellect. But his identity stayed hidden. Fans speculated constantly. Was he an existing character? Someone Peter knew. The Goblin knew Spider-Man's secret identity. That was terrifying. He had leverage. It could destroy Peter's life at any time. The mystery drove readers crazy. Stan Lee and Steve Ditko disagreed on the identity. Ditko wanted a random stranger, more realistic. Lee wanted someone important, someone readers knew. The debate lasted until Ditko left. Then Lee made his choice. Amazing Spider-Man issue 39, August 1966. The Goblin's hideout. Peter unconscious. The villain is monologuing. He removed his mask. Norman Osborn, father of Harry Osborn, Peter's best friend. The wealthy businessman Peter was respected. The twist changed everything. Norman knew Peter was Spider-Man. Had known for months. Been planning revenge. Building weapons. The best friend's father is the archenemy. The man who should have been a mentor was trying to kill him. It's a trope now. Everyone uses it. The evil father figure. But in 1966, nobody saw it coming. The relationship dynamic defined Spider-Man for decades. Norman wasn't just a villain Peter fought. He was family. It could hurt him in ways others couldn't. 8. Jean Grey becomes Dark Phoenix. The hero turns villain. The Phoenix Saga started in 1976. Jean Grey gained cosmic powers. The Phoenix Force bonded with her, gave her near unlimited abilities. But she was still Jean, still a hero, still an X-Man. The power didn't corrupt her. She saved the universe multiple times. Then came 1980, the Hellfire Club arc. Mastermind captured Jean, placed her in mental illusions, made her think she was in a Victorian fantasy. The Black Queen corrupted her over weeks. The X-Men broke her free in Uncanny X-Men issue 133, defeated Mastermind, shattered the illusion, crisis averted. Issue 134, June 1980. The issue that changed everything. The X-Men relaxed. Jean seemed fine. Then subtle changes appeared. Her speech bubbles looked different. Jagged, thick, darker. Letterer, Tom Orzechowski was hinting. Most readers didn't notice. Jean turned to the X-Men, smiled. "You have no idea how easily I could kill you." The Phoenix Force consumed her. Jean Grey was gone. Dark Phoenix was born. She wasn't possessed. She wasn't brainwashed. She chose this. She flew into space, found the Debari star system. Billions of people live there. Jean was hungry. The Phoenix Force needed energy. She consumed the sun, ate the star. 5 billion people died. An entire civilization, gone in seconds, because Jean was hungry. The twist wasn't just that Jean turned evil. It was that she enjoyed it, felt no remorse. The hero everyone loved became the villain everyone feared. 9. Captain America says, "Hail Hydra." Steve Rogers was Hydra all along. Captain America, symbol of American values. Truth, justice, freedom. 80 years of heroism. Never wavered. Never compromised. The man who punched Hitler. The soldier who stood for what America should be. Then, Captain America Steve Rogers, issue 1, May 2016. The issue seemed normal. Steve fights villains. Saves his ally, Jack Flag. Standard action. The end final page that broke the internet. Steve throws Jack Flag out of a plane. Betrays him. Leans close to whisper, "Hail Hydra." 2 words. Captain America was a Hydra agent. Always had since childhood. Everything was a lie. Fans went insane. Death threats to writer Nick Spencer. Comics burned in protest. Petitions demanding Marvel fire everyone. Captain America is a Nazi. The hero who fought Nazis is secretly one. The outrage was unprecedented. The story revealed that Steve's past was rewritten. A cosmic cube named Kobik altered reality. Made it so Steve was recruited by Hydra as a child. His mother was a Hydra operative. Everything he did as Captain America was part of Hydra's plan. For a year, this was real. Hydra Cap took over America, created a fascist state, imprisoned heroes, killed some, secret empire. The 2017 event everyone hated. Eventually, it was revealed that Kobik created 2 Steve Rogerses. Hydra Steve and Real Steve are trapped in a cube. Real Steve broke free, beat Hydra Steve, restored reality. But fans never forgot, never forgave. The most controversial twist in Marvel history. 10. Norman Osborn orchestrated the Clone Saga, the villain behind everything. The Clone Saga dragged on for 2 years. Ben Reilly was Spider-Man. Peter Parker retired. Mary Jane was pregnant. Aunt May had died. Fans were exhausted. Sales were tanking. Marvel needed to end it. Amazing Spider-Man issue 75, November 1996. The Osborn Journal. Peter discovered Norman's secret notes. Hidden for years. Norman faked his death in 1973. He'd been alive 23 years, hiding in Europe, planning revenge. He orchestrated everything, the entire Clone Saga. Paid a trainer to fake DNA tests. Made Peter think he was the clone. Manipulated Warren the Jackal. Controlled Kane. Destroyed Peter's confidence. Ruined his marriage. Killed Aunt May. Tortured him for 2 years. All Norman's plan. Norman appeared in person. Green Goblin costume. Pumpkin bombs. Glider. That laugh. He attacked Peter and Ben. Gloated about his victory. Explained how he manipulated everyone. How did he stay hidden? How he controlled everything. Ben attacked Norman. Tried to save Peter. Got impaled on the glider. His body crumbled to dust. Peter was real all along. 2 years are reversed in one issue. Norman's return became permanent. He became Spider-Man's greatest threat for decades, led the Dark Avengers, almost conquered the world, the fake out that ended the worst storyline and brought back the greatest villain. Marvel's proven one thing: trust nothing. Death is probably temporary. Twists might get retconned. Some moments became legendary. Dark Phoenix, Winter Soldier, Thunderbolts. Others became cautionary tales. Hydra Cap, Clone Saga. But they all made fans question everything. Which twist shocked you the most? Hit that subscribe button for more deep dives. Marvel's taught us one lesson: trust nothing. Some of these fake outs became legendary. Winter Soldier, Dark Phoenix, Thunderbolts. Others became cautionary tales. Hydra Cap, Clone Saga. But they all made fans feel something: shock, anger, betrayal. That's what Marvel does best. Which twist hit you the hardest? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more comic book deep dives like this, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell. I've got plenty more stories about Marvel's biggest lies and craziest retcons. See you in the next one.